Hey, watch my Super Nintendo games over while you're around now.
Check 1, 2, got it?
Yeah, we're clear.
I started making music as a child on the kitchen floor with Tupperware, like anybody, I think. What's the kid doing beating on stuff? Here, give him this old bucket, and I'd just sit and like, I'm playing the drums. You're giving your baby a bucket, and you're like, play with this bucket, you're gonna make a good drummer. I wanted a drum set so bad, but I could never have one because it was too expensive. Also, they were giving me piano lessons, and okay, if you take piano, you can play guitar too. Also, being in school and singing, I was always in the choir.
Now watch me win. Now watch me nay-nay.
You know, and I hated it. You know what I mean? It was horrible, but at the same time, like I was being encouraged to do these things my whole life. And then learning a lot in school about classical music really helped, because then I had a greater appreciation for film scores and other types of music that most people normally wouldn't choose to listen to. I quit the Black Keys. I remember quitting and Pat telling me, don't quit. Don't quit. Like, oh man, I'm out. And I quit. So it's like one of those things where when it became a commitment and it became a reality, I panicked. And it wasn't my own. I was stubborn. There was like these little moments where I could jump back in kinda, you know? And he was like, hey man, you know, and I'd be like, still It's funny cause like I love him, like he's a good friend of mine, but I like watching him do his thing, and then he knows that I like doing my own, so he has a hard time when he wants to help me out. I started buying burger tapes. Sometimes they would send to my old Akron address when I was living in Cleveland. They sent the package to the wrong place, and then I emailed them. Then I got the package, it had a big note on it. We went on tour with the Black Keys when Cuts were opening in like 2002 or 2003. So I wrote back saying that I'd been in the Black Keys, and they asked me if I had anything that I was working on currently, and it was just so happened that I had 2 Gap Dream songs recorded. 3 or 4 days went by and I got an email back asking to send some more. And then we got to 10 songs and they were like, yeah, that's a good record, let's put it out. I heard it, and I heard it was good, and I felt really happy and proud of it, but how did I get through here? Yeah. Wow. They liked it right away. They started pushing it. They got it in the hands of all these people. I was getting messages on Twitter from artists that I'd known, and they took care of the rest. You know, they got me out here. They're amazing. Like, you know, I'm so happy that I get to be a part of it. Right now I'm recording on tape. I feel like professional records should be done on tape. Like digital, you'll take a song and you'll have like a huge gap of silence and then the waveform. There's something about that little bit of time that's really important to have with all of the other things. You'll hear drums the way they interact on tape. Like a cymbal will ring out over a tom, or like, you know what I mean? The rhythm is being adhered to that tape. And all of those things kind of splash like a bucket of water. And that creates this excitement because it's these magnets, these little itty bitty magnets, and they're all lining up. Like, that's crazy.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
A lot of my music is about trying to be able to forgive yourself. So if I can communicate with people and I can make them feel better about maybe just anything that they need to feel better about, then that makes me feel better. Like, playing shows makes me feel better. If I don't play shows, I get crazy. I start drinking heavily and fading. I start to fade and diminish into darkness. I feel like when you're into music, you just feel things a lot heavier than most other people. So like, I have all these absurd ideas of like how to manufacture my product. I feel like my work ethic ties into this degree of I work so hard, but I never feel like I'm doing a good job. So it's really difficult because it's hard to get anything done that way. A lot of people have that problem. You know, it's just all part of coming into who you are when your life ends up becoming your work. But I can't ever stop doing it is the problem.